Hey guys, welcome to the channel if you're new, welcome back if you're a subscriber. Special thanks to all of my patrons. My name's Neil, and it's time for another episode of The Haunting of Bly Manor. I am really digging this series, guys. Yes, it is different from The Haunting of Hill House. Quite a different tone, quite a different energy, but I am appreciating it for what it is, and I'm really enjoying the ride so far. Last episode, we definitely learned a lot more about our parents, Dominic and Charlotte, and their messed up relationship, and how Henry and Charlotte were actually having an affair. Flora is actually Henry's child, not that he knew until 6 years after the fact. And Henry's haunted by a ghost of himself, the worst of himself, almost a curse from his brother Dominic, when his brother literally banished him from his life, from his wife, from his kids, from Bly Manor itself. And that's why Henry doesn't go back. That's why Henry is the crank caller that we often catch on the phone at Bly Manor, just listening, hoping to hear his daughter's voice. It's heartbreaking, and yet this show is all about heartbreakingly failed relationships, whether it's Dominic and Charlotte, whether it's Peter and Rebecca, whether it's Danny and Edmund. There's just failed love all over this show. And let's talk about Peter and Rebecca, because both their ghosts live on at Bly Manor, and both their ghosts spend at least some of that time in the bodies of Miles and Flora, which it goes a long way to explain why Miles and Flora are such weird kids that don't often act like kids, that often act like adults, that often acted almost flirty to one another, and our cliffhanger at the end of the episode is those two kids, but really being Peter and Rebecca, knocking out Danny in the attic. And yeah, no one's there to save Danny because Jamie's gone home to change her clothes. Hannah is a ghost, and Owen might be around, but I feel like Owen's dealing with his own hardship with the loss of his mother and everything else. I'm not sure if he's there right now. I feel like Danny's in for a world of trouble in the attic by herself with these two kids. Plus, we were also introduced to this young boy doll ghost faceless thing with the ventriloquist mask. Just all sorts of creep, and that boy seems to be who manipulates the dolls in Flora's dollhouse, identifying where everybody is at every time. I don't know, man. I'm just ready to jump into this episode. I'm intrigued because this episode is called The Two Faces Part 2, and this is the only time I can think of in television where there's a Part 1 and a Part 2 of an episode and they aren't back to back. We had The Two Faces Part 1, but that was episode 3, 4 episodes ago, and now we're getting Part 2. I'm assuming it'll be more of Peter and Rebecca's story. Maybe we're going to find out exactly what happened to Rebecca. We've just sort of assumed that she drowned herself in the lake when Peter left, but maybe there's more to it than that, and I wouldn't be at all surprised if there is, because this whole house, this whole manor, there's so many presences here that seem a little more malevolent than most of the presences from Hill House, for instance. But a lot of mystery, a lot of curiosity. I'm ready to jump into it. I hope you guys are too. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out my Patreon at patreon.com/NeilTalks. And here we go. This is episode 7, The Two Faces Part 2.
You tucked away just now.
Oh, they tied her up.
Don't mind me asking. She can't even hear you. I think she'd feel better if you told her this yourselves.
Is it Peter and Rebecca? Yeah.
This feels wrong.
Sometimes right can seem wrong and wrong can seem right. Like the bird at school. So you did what you had to do in order to keep Flora safe.
It's not the same.
Heavens, no. She doesn't know yet. There's nothing to be scared of here.
Can't you just tuck her away somewhere nice till she feels a little bit better?
Tuck her away in her
How would you like
memories.
to go?
It's different, Flora. It's not quite the same.
What is...
Right.
Bex, you're slipping.
Yeah, Bex is slipping.
Bex, you're slipping. Stay with me, Bex. Bex! We need to figure out what to do with our friend here. Make it so that she could dream up too.
Does she have to be dead to do it?
When she knocks again, I need you...
Knocks?
Again, I need you to talk to her, but don't open the door. Do you
I don't
understand?
hear any knocking, I mean.
No.
His mother?
Look at you. They said I'm cured, free to go.
What do you want, Mum?
Just a little help.
He sent you, didn't he?
You know, he'd kill you if he could. For what you did to him.
For what I did to him.
I mean, where do I go? To your father? To the street? To your boss?
I don't have any money, Mum.
Priceless heirlooms. They're not missing, they're stolen.
He just said to pack a bag.
Pack a bag.
Yes. That we were going to America together.
Sounds lovely. I would have thought he'd tell his girlfriend he had the money. If he gave a damn about her.
But he's still here. He told me to tell you not to worry.
Here to gloat a little, Jamie.
Not here to talk about him at all. Get you back to whatever goal it was you had before you even knew what a Peter Quint was. I'm sorry to see you hurt so much. You don't deserve it. And I'm sorry to see it.
She's a good soul, Jamie. And we keep coming to that brooch in this episode.
Max,
Where the hell have you been?
quiet, please.
My God, I said I would come away with you and you made me an accomplice.
It's not like that.
You left.
I didn't.
Not even a note.
I never...
You never what?
I never left you. You couldn't see me. Just don't let your hand.
I'm a ghost. My hand will
Hey,
go.
please.
Don't scream. Yeah.
A friend once told me something about fractions and grieving a breakup. The maths of it. How long it takes to grieve it.
Half
Right,
the
and
half the
what
time
was that?
of the relationship,
They
right?
said it's the length of a relationship halved.
Half.
To get over it.
Well, not everything has a half-life, does it? Knowing you're up here while I'm down there, it's just torture.
I know.
What if we still did it? At least we'd be together.
You can't leave.
I can't leave Bly. I can't get past the end of the drive.
But
I
But
walk.
you
and I
got
run,
to the
and
school.
in a moment.
in the kids.
You're right there and I can't even touch you. I can't smell you, I can't feel you, no, it's not fair. You're right here and I can hear you and
got
I
to
can
be-
see you. Quiet, Bex!
Whoa. He went in her.
Bex?
Oh, hell.
Where was I? What just happened?
I don't...
Where was I?
What the hell?
Yeah.
Is that? Can
So
you
they're
hear
not
that?
sharing. Is it Hannah or is it the lady in the lake or is it just the memories of his mother?
I have to go back. I have to go back.
You okay?
Yeah.
Was that Peter in her? Seeing how far he can go in a body? Yeah, he can't get past the gates unless he's in her. Or in Miles, or... Okay.
It didn't work.
So how did he get to be in Miles at school?
And though she didn't much like losing time being tucked away, at least she had company there. His company.
So is it really... Did Peter only become a thief because of his mother shaking him down? It seems convenient, but...
I need you to trust me because I have a plan. If it works, it could last forever.
Just take over the kids' bodies.
You just need to decide
Yeah.
that it's forever. Permanent.
It's the parable of the demons and the pigs.
You'll take care of me, yes?
Of course.
We'll be together. We'll share it all, everything, equals.
I promise.
Don't trust him. Putting himself in you. Taking over you.
Peter. It's you. It's me. It's us.
Okay. Peter's in there.
Can I see?
No.
I'm tucked away again, aren't I?
That's her memory.
Yes.
The self-awareness
I
of
thought
these
we'd be
memories
together.
is fascinating.
He had promised they'd be equals. But he was here, alone. And he had spent too much of his life alone.
Great shot. Her and her reflection. Her and Peter. Both disappearing. And there's a lady in the lake. Yeah, there's Peter's body. They're together. Forever. That's what Flora saw. Her ghost mourning her own death.
Took a little convincing. I'm persuasive when I need to be.
Persuasive when he needs to be,
You can
indeed.
be convincing.
Tucked away.
Please, not this memory. You've hidden it and I just keep coming back here.
Let me show you how beautiful you are.
This isn't what you said. It's not what I agreed.
Beautiful. I had to, so that we could be together.
How dare you?
Look, you'll understand.
His mother again. Get to relive that memory.
How do I get out?
I'm going to show you.
Yeah.
We have to do this. Bex, the kids, they get to hop around into the warmest little memories, the nicest little moments.
And this is the only memory he ever gets.
Always end up here.
Is that so bad?
It's hell.
Where else would you go?
I didn't understand what was happening to me. I didn't know what it meant, and you were there to tell me that it was okay. That what he was doing was okay. You knew what you knew, and you didn't stop him. I did what you wanted. And it killed me.
Flora, hurry. Please, hurry. Please keep going.
Stop it. Stop right there!
Stop it, Flora.
We have to finish it now.
We should give them a little longer.
We're out of time.
They're gonna go in the kids permanently.
One last thing we've been asking you kids.
The forever house.
That's right.
The Forever House? We're using that phrase again? Jesus.
We just need a little more from you both. That special present that'll let Miss Jessel and I, well, let us be your friends. Your best friends. Forever. And it's gonna save us.
Maybe we can wait until...
Yes! That's what's gonna happen. Miles, Flora. You don't want that to happen to us, do you? You just have to.
This is as bad as what his dad did to him.
Think about you.
If not worse.
And then think us. As hard as you can. They're gonna be tucked away in the forever house, just like we said.
With Mum and Dad.
That's right.
Everyone will be just... You promise.
Splendid.
We promise.
Perfectly splendid. This is terrible.
Nothing sad will ever touch you ever again. You just get your mum and your dad.
Just horrible lies coming from this man's mouth.
That makes you the luckiest man in the world. I wish I could be that rich.
He means that, but he's also so screwed up.
Me. It's you. It's me.
Don't do it, Miles.
It's us.
Oh.
It's us.
There he is.
Dex. It's so strange, isn't it? It's so strange. He's just a little tickle now, isn't he? Coming. I'll be back.
Is another ghost going to be able to save
There
him?
you are. Where is everyone?
Hannah, you beautiful, beautiful thing. Would you come with me?
To the well?
You really made it difficult, didn't you? Carrying on like nothing happened. I realised who you remind me of. Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah.
Hate to break it
Doesn't
to you,
fall
Marshmallow.
until he realizes he's not standing on a cliff.
You just went off that cliff.
You have to
and you
look
just
down
kept going. Carrying on.
until you look down.
You just need to look down, Hannah.
Yeah.
You need to look down.
Man. Right where we met her.
Meet me.
Oh, what a creepy asshole kid. Oh.
It'll be a great learning experience.
Miles is gone. Flora might be too. And there's nothing I can do about it because I'm dead.
She had to say it. To stop flashing through all those memories.
How did I do?
You did very well.
I thought she might have been faking it.
Untie her, Flora, quickly. Miles, it's too late. You get her as far away from this house as you possibly can.
Take her to her father in London.
We gotta get out of here.
Where are we going?
I don't know, anywhere. Anywhere.
No! I don't like this game! Miles!
We gotta go.
Miles, where are you?
Oh, God. Or stop. Ah. All right. We need to talk about Peter Quint. I can't decide whether the story is apologizing for him or not, but I don't think it is. But we do learn that he comes from a terrible family background. We know he came from a poor family, but now we find out that it certainly, without actually spelling it out, it sure sounds like his father sexually abused him and his friends, and his mother knew about it and did nothing. Yeah, that's gonna destroy a kid. There's no two ways around it. No one walks away from a situation like that unchanged, unharmed. So yeah, Peter Quint is an effed up kid. But that doesn't mean Peter Quint, the adult, is justified in being an effed up adult and doing effed up things. Maybe he felt pressure from his mother to steal. Maybe he did that, but he was so possessive of Rebecca when they were both alive. He lied to Rebecca when he was dead, possessing her. Let's call it that, although it feels something else. It doesn't feel quite like possession, but it is. It's possessive. That's exactly it is. That let's call a spade a spade. He is possessing her in every sense, and then he's lying to the kids to do the exact same thing to them, to possess them. He needs their permission to let them in. I'm trying to figure out now. Miles at school. Was Miles at school just Miles? It felt like he was possessed. It felt like he was, he was certainly motivated to get home, and that's why he was doing all these terrible things. But it felt like there was something, like an adult presence in him. But maybe there wasn't. Not if Peter can't leave the grounds. But maybe now he can. Maybe now that he's in Miles forever, and Miles and Flora are in their forever place, forever house. We're using the exact same terminology as Hill House. It's fascinating. The idea of a forever house, a place where you can live safely. This idealized little heaven where it's just you and the people you love, safe forever. It's creepy and it's wrong, and he always could be a persuasive man, couldn't he? So Miles is gone. Miles is now Peter, and there's no turning back. But what's he going to do when he realizes that Rebecca betrayed him? So much to process, because now we learn that all these other ghosts in the house, these faceless ghosts, that's basically what happens to you if you die at Bly Manor. Hundreds of years of deaths in this house become these nameless, faceless, voiceless ghosts. As people forget you, is that what that sort of represents? That you, no one remembers what you look like, no one remembers your name, nobody remembers you. You just fade away to this nameless, faceless entity. And sure. So again, we have a house itself that is scarred, messed up, much the way Hill House is. It manifests in a slightly different way, but you die here, you're stuck here forever. And the ghost of Peter is doing everything he can to escape that, but to go in, to possess a kid, to usurp a child's soul and to insert yourself. The parallels with child abuse are clear and intentional, and it's a cycle of abuse. What's happening? He's already persuaded Miles and Flora that it's okay. These temporary hiccups. They're okay with that. They think they're helping Peter and Rebecca. But wow. But Rebecca did the right thing. The ghost of Rebecca did the right thing. Told Flora to fake it. Flora lets Danny free, and they go to escape, but then Flora screams for help. She doesn't want to go. She doesn't want to play this game anymore, and it's almost like she's possessed again in the moment. Maybe she is, maybe she isn't. I just don't know. But she suddenly doesn't want to go. She calls for Miles, and then boom, the lady in the lake out of nowhere has Danny by the throat, and we've seen what happens with that before. That's how Peter died in the first place. And if Danny's going to end up another corpse at the bottom of the lake. I just don't know. Man, I'm loving this series, guys. I think it's awesome. I know some of you don't hold it in as high regard as Hill House. And yes, it is absolutely a different style, a different tone. It's just got a different feel to it, but it's a fascinating story, and I'm really digging it. And just when you think you go through a whole episode without any truly frightening moments, bang at the end, just to remind you that, yeah, this is a proper scary ghost story. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I love the time that you spend here on the channel. I hope that I bring a little something to your day that you need. And until next time, everybody, take care, stay healthy, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.